Thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education in both the stock market and cryptocurrency worlds. See the links in the description of this video for more information on our two courses, Entries and Exits on the Fundamentals of Technical Analysis, as well as our new course on Trading Cryptocurrency Strategy. Purchase both and receive a 20% off bundle discount. Thanks for checking us out. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hello crypto friends, checking back in on Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and then I want to look at Golem. It's been a while. So we did release the course yesterday. The links are in the description of this video. Feel free to check them out and happy to answer any questions if you have them. So let's start right off here with Bitcoin. We still have an inside bar on the daily time frame, and we actually have a multiple inside bar pattern forming, where we have an inside bar yesterday, and this candlestick just rolled over an hour ago. So another inside bar here. We do see the bulls buying the dip. This is the daily chart. So they are buying the dip, and the lower wicks are showing that, which is a good sign. This is not a collapse. If this was a collapse, we would be seeing closes near the lows, which would indicate that the momentum is favoring the bears. Doesn't mean we can't go lower. Doesn't mean we can't bounce and then see a lower high and a lower low, but it's just not an all-out collapse. There's not a ton of fear right now in this pullback. So key resistance for the bulls to break the inside bar is 45.15, and if we get over that level, we can zoom into the 4-hour time frame to find more detail. But at this point, we're still in a tightening range where we have our low of the pullback, high of the bounce, higher low, and still a lower high. And if you're on a different exchange, this is Coinbase, your Bitcoin chart's going to look a lot different. The correlation's really changed between exchanges significantly over the past few days, and GDAX had a lot of prices that were higher than a lot of other exchanges. So definitely something to be aware of. If you are trading on a different exchange, you want to be charting what you are trading on, because that's what's going to matter when it all boils down to it. So the bulls are trying to see a break right now. Resistance of 45.15. There's that high. And then the high of the bounce at this point, 45.82. If we can get over that level, we know the bulls have further momentum. And really, if we can get over that level, we'll be looking for the bulls to potentially be within striking distance of that all-time high in the next couple of weeks, because that would shift momentum from lower highs and lower lows to a higher low and then a higher high if we can break 45.82. So the bulls have some momentum. It's been slow and steady today. I've only made one trade, being very picky because it has been so slow and steady, and you can see it's just a lot of back and forth on this hourly time frame. Red, green, red, green, red, green, and then just no really prolonged periods. We did have one nice bull move here, and all three were correlated in that move, and that's where I had one of my trades, or my only trade. And now again, it's back to choppy action. Red, green, red, green. Just not a lot of consistency, not a lot of trades that we can sit in long term, and being very patient. Again, that's what the thumbnail of the video says. We want to be patient here. We're definitely looking bullish because we do have this oversold bounce playing out. The 4-hour RSI, or I should say the 4-hour MACD, is seeing a bull cross on these big three. And we know in the past when we've seen bull MACDs on the 4-hour, it has led to very nice upside. So that's a good point for the bulls in favor of breaking the high of this bounce so far and seeing continuation. But obviously we need to see that happen, and we need to see the bulls slow and steady continue this higher low pattern. We've had a really nice 15-minute higher low pattern to be watching, and just most recently I'm looking at 43.02, 44.20, and then 44.32. So these are the higher lows the bulls want to maintain. And if we were to break those higher lows, then we would know that the hourly time frame was likely to see some further pullback as well. So again, nothing to write home about for the bulls. There are opportunities to lock in some short-term gains. If you are looking bearish, then you're looking for those 15-minute higher lows to be lost. But as of right now, really not a ton of volatility in either direction, just slow and steady. So Litecoin on the daily time frame has already broken the inside bar bullish, and so is Ethereum. So these two, Litecoin and Ethereum, are stronger correlated to each other than to Bitcoin. So there's that bull break. And now the next resistance on the 4-hour time frame is the high of the bounce, and that's up at 76.55. And here we are at 76.30. So we're right here, and I might even enter a position in Litecoin right when I'm done this video, depending on how the setup is. Bullish MACD on the 4-hour time frame. We can zoom in for more detail. The hourly, really clear, slow and steady uptrend, and just a higher low at 69.62, another one at 72.23, and then we'll be looking for the bulls to form another higher low. And look at the volume. Nice little increase in volume on this latest bull move up. And if we can get over 76.55, the next resistance is 78.53 from here. So Litecoin has been the strongest name on this bounce at this point, and likely because we had such a huge run right before this pullback happened. Everybody looking for their second chance to get in on Litecoin. And some really nice follow through. The 15-minute time frame seeing a clear higher low and higher high pattern as well. looking for that to remain intact. Just a solid block of bull volume the last hour. And at this point, I would likely prefer to have some consolidation. The 5-minute and the 15-minute RSI levels are a little bit high. So the scenario for this trade, if we were to consolidate a little bit before breaking 76.55, let's say we pull back to the low $75 range, potentially looking to make an entry and playing off of this 73.70 support, and I would exit if this support level were to break. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Again, I'm not forcing anything. Made some small profit today in Ethereum again. Have been trading Ethereum the last 3 days just because been really tuned into its movement and really comfortable doing that. So just until we see some spikes in volume or some clear breakouts, then just going to be locking in slow and steady short-term gains. So Litecoin, bulls in control, very strong. Ethereum, daily time frame, bull break as well. Inside bar breaking bullish. We're at the high of the day right now. 4-hour time frame, bull MACD cross. It was the leader with the first bull MACD cross. And the level for the bulls to break is up here at 333.70. Bulls have to get over that level in order to see a break of the high. And the hourly time frame, clear higher lows here as well. 302, 304.40, 313.77, 319. And now the bulls with some nice momentum in their favor. And I made a trade from 317 and exited right here on this candlestick. This was a bearish reversal inverted hammer. And a reason for that was knowing that this signal consolidation was coming. And it ended up being very short-term and healthy before continuation. But this was where I was heading out to leave the house for a little bit and just didn't want to have to worry about a position at all. Just wanted to lock in those gains and take it from there when I got back. So we'll see if the bulls are able to break that 333.70 level. Again, the 4-hour bullish MACD cross is definitely a major point in favor of these bulls to see continuation. And 319 is our closest support on Ethereum if we do consolidate. If the bulls can break 333.70, the next resistance is all the way up in the low 340s, pretty much a $10 move before we encounter the next resistance. And look at here, previous support, 333, now acting as resistance, and that's why I like to leave these lines up so I can see where the previous price levels were reacting, and that's a very clear one right there. So get over 333.70. Further upside is coming. Same scenario with Litecoin, the 15-minute RSI is just now getting over 70, and just looking back where we have been here on this whole bounce, the 15-minute RSI has not broken 70. So on really bullish runs, this 15-minute RSI can easily get over 70, and it's no big deal. But when I've seen a move like this and say, okay, the 15-minute RSI hasn't been over 70 in 4 days at this point, then that definitely makes it a bit more overbought than it would be in different scenarios. So the bulls are very strong. The 15-minute and the 5-minute RSI levels are pretty high. They can certainly go higher, but I would ideally like to get in on some consolidation rather than on a bull move with where we currently stand in these two names. So Litecoin leading the way, Ethereum right behind it in terms of strength, and here goes Litecoin for that resistance right now. Going to check the order book real quick on my other screen. So Litecoin on the verge of breaking resistance, probably about to do so, which means we will look for Ethereum to do the same. So on to Golem. Golem has a very clear resistance. So we can see we've been in a long-term downtrend here, pulling back pretty significantly. And in order to turn this around, we've been accumulating. The bulls have been accumulating here over the past couple of weeks to a degree. Nothing really huge in terms of bull moves, but we have a very clear resistance. 8501 is a double top, and then 848 was another one. Or I should say just 8.4. But a double top at 8501 has to break for the bulls to take over here. If we cannot break that level, the bulls are not going anywhere. So 8501 is a bull signal, and from there we're looking up at 9.5 and then up to 11. So really nice potential for the bulls to get moving here if we can break that double top. If we cannot break that double top, I would not want to make a bullish entry. I'm still in my long-term position that's made up of all profit and not really caring about this action. I do check my balance every now and again, and it's perfectly fine for me. So just being patient and patiently waiting. So that's what we've got for tonight heading into tomorrow. The bulls have slow and steady momentum on the bounce. We're being patient in terms of making sure we protect our profit because there is no guarantee, although we're about to see some of these names break their lower highs on the 4-hour time frame. But there's no guarantee that this bounce is going to be significantly prolonged. We know that based on that 4-hour MACDs in the past, that this has been a good sign for some solid continuation. So we will be looking, if we do get this break here on Litecoin, which we are about to, and we did just get it by 11 cents, then we are looking for the bulls to make a move into the low $80 range. So that's a potential to be looking for. And then again, Ethereum looking to tag along. It's a laggard. And if Ethereum breaks 333.70, we're looking to get into the low 340s. So I appreciate you watching. We'll see you soon. Have a great night.